Hello everyone, I am Tacit and welcome to the Gems of War Campaign 4 week 10, day 7. So today, of course, the very last day of Campaign 4. Then next week we have Yellow Tower of Doom, and then we're going into Season 5, which will be bringing in that new Lycanthropy gem, the first instance of a new power gem, well, aside from that Uber Skull that we have lurking around. Let me just go fix the thumbnail real quick, because I still have no clue why that program keeps doing it, but I do need to make sure it does not go down to a low resolution. There we go. It has all been fixed. Okay, so first things first, let's go over all the weekly spoilers, and then we'll do a little bit of vault grinding. Then we're going to be opening every vault key we have down to 250. So we got a lot of keys open. It should be about 30 or so, give or take a little. Should be probably a little bit higher. Depends how many we get this stream. But anyways, let's go bring up the spoilers. Start with the forums. So shouldn't have too much on the forums, just because I believe we should just have the two troops. The dragon that has 50% mana start for dragons, as well as the other one, which does a bunch of explosions, I believe it was. No, it was scatter damage or something. We went over them last night, actually, but we picked at them. But these two troops, and of course the yellow doom weapon I was referring to. It's a completely useless yellow doom weapon, though you still want to get it because trying to get it in the future will be exceedingly expensive, so still get it. However, you're never really going to be using it since it's one of those doomed staffs. Is it still the staff category, right? Yeah, it's still useless. That hasn't changed. Okay, so the two new troops. This one will be available for Glory. Also be a good time to stock up on yellow purple arcanes if you've been needing them, as far as what it does. Deals scatter damage, and there's a 75% chance to enchant all allies. Kind of like a few other dragons where they have a % chance of burning and a % chance of disease. This one ends up doing it for enchant for your allies, which is a pretty good effect. Not too many things can do 4 times enchant other than Mistralis, so great to see another option. Unfortunately, it is not 100%, which will make it extremely inconsistent, which will be rather unfortunate. Aside from that, it does have arcane, so every single time something on the team casts, you'll be able to get more magic from it, which is pretty beneficial given that it'll be giving enchant. Unfortunately, it is scatter instead of full AoE damage, so we'll be doing substantially little damage, like barely any at all. It does count as a Dragon Mystic, which is somewhat relevant for some of its synergies. Overall, you're not really ever going to be using this thing into your team, mostly because you're going to have it summoned off of this other thing. So there's one troop that actually matters here, and that is the event key drop table. Also, the third event key drop table we've had in like 3 weeks now, 4 weeks, I'm pretty sure it is. They just wanted to drop all of them this last month or so. But this is the actual relevant troop. 14 mana cost legend. It is only in the event key drop table next week. So if you still don't have those event keys, still have like 6 hours, 7 hours to go grind. Get some event keys for next week. But it summons 1 to 3 of this, the dragon we were just talking about. And if there is already a dragon spirit, which is that dragon we were just talking about, the one that we just showed, it'll then explode 10 gems. So it can get quite a bit of value if it ends up having that spirit onto your team. Of course, you could just wait and summon it onto your team and then get the value from it, or you could already have one onto your team and end up doing it that way. It gets to start with a light storm, so both of them do use yellow, and that will be able to synergize into both. And of course, this most relevant thing, and the main thing that it'll be used for, if it even gets used at all, is it does have a 50% dragon start for every single dragon on your team. And this, of course, will be pretty beneficial for, well, every dragon team in existence, since this now allows Dragon Guard to have half mana start. It allows quite a few dragons that previously wouldn't have a half mana start to have half mana start, like Dragon Soul and Element Grim, I believe, and a few others. Can now have a 50% start where they have yet to be able to. Also, those ones that had Divine 40% start and no longer have 50% because the Shpala got nerfed will now have 50% mana start again, like Worldbreaker and what was the other one? Well, another slight relevant one. I can't remember off the top of my head, but there's a couple of them. Divinia and a few others. Actually, Divinia would be pretty good synergy too. But yeah, it'll be interesting to see exactly how this pans out. Definitely has potential, though I don't think it's going to be enough to make dragons viable. Submerge still really hard counters dragons, and overall, not sure if it's going to be good enough given that its ability is pretty lackluster. If you have a spirit on your team, the dragon spirit, it's going to be okay for the amount of explosions it does. However, if there isn't one on your team, it basically does nothing with its ability, because all it is a summon and an explosion based on that troop being already on your team. So it's basically going to do nothing if that dragon spirit isn't already on your team, which is pretty weird for its ability. Like, its value with it, it's not that bad, but when it's not, it's horrifically bad. It's just a weaker, well, even with it, it's basically just a weaker Divinia. It just happens to have half mana dragon start. I don't know, we'll have to see how it pans out, but overall, it's a pretty weak troop. Its final trait is obviously its main value, but its ability itself is pretty underwhelming, which is rather unfortunate. because it could have made dragons really good if it was as good as like Divine Ishbala's ability. But anyways, as far as other things that we got going on this week, as I mentioned, we have Yellow Tower of Doom going on all week, so you'll be able to get that as well as that weapon. The weapon's irrelevant, however, you still probably want to get it for completionist purposes. This Tuesday, we're going to be having a faction event for Fangmore. Wednesday, we have the Whelp, which I believe is just Dragon's Claw bonus, if I'm not mistaken. Yep, that's exactly what it is. It's one that has existed for a while, nothing new. Thursday, we have the class event for Dragon Guard, which technically got a little bit of a buff this week. Not that it actually got buffed directly, but it now has the capability of having half mana start, something it previously was not capable of doing. Of course, it requires you to use the new event key legend. That will be in the drop table next week. However, it now does have access to half mana start, which is something new for it. And this Friday, we just have this pretty standard raid event. Gee, are we getting a new weapon on it? Let's go check. So this Friday, I feel like we are. We are. Yes, we are. So this Friday, we will get the new weapon of this. It explodes magic +1 green gems. Well, let's see, what color is it? Blue-brown. And it's, oh, it's going to be one of those kind of weapons. Okay, this isn't too bad then. It is a blue-brown that explodes magic +1 green gems. And it creates a random stats effect on all wild allies, or wild plains allies. And then summons a wild plains troop. So we've been getting quite a few weapons that are in this category. And it's just another one of those. Specifically for Wild Plains summons, which isn't actually that bad because that thing has quite a few boost ratio troops that boost ratio off all stats. Gains a little bit of life, which isn't too good, and raid, which isn't too good. Deals some damage to first enemy, which isn't too good, and burns the first enemy, which actually that's not that bad. Mostly because they're triple damage burning hero classes. Because obviously you do not have to use this necessarily with Shaman. While it would make sense to kind of use this with Shaman because you would gain a positive stats effect onto your hero. It is by no means required if you just want to use it as a mana accumulation option. And you can end up using the triple damage if you're using it with a triple damage burning hero class. Overall, probably not the strongest of the ones that we got like this, the 14 mana cost exploding weapons that have a summon and a stats effect. However, this is a pretty interesting category of weapon, and some of the categories are definitely going to be pretty strong into the future. A couple of them definitely have been, like the elemental one and such. However, Wild Plains one isn't horrible. Definitely, obviously worth getting, even if you don't feel like you're going to use it, still worth picking up nonetheless. But anyways, that's everything that we got going on next week. Anyways, what we got going on this week, though, to finish out this week, we, of course, still have the Vault Key grinds. We're up to 6 pity keys. Also, gosh, who just opened so many of these things? These weren't here earlier. 0 minutes ago. 0 minutes ago. 0 minutes ago. Gosh. He just dumped like 12 million gold. That's all one person. I guess he took all the gold he had this weekend and just dumped it all at once. I was like, where did these come from? That's a lot of gold. Okay, well, let's see what we got. That's a lot of loots. That's 12 million gold right there. 170 glory keys, 38 gem keys, 7 event keys, 500 glory, bunch of trade stones. Oh, winter imp. It is possible to get the out-of-season imps, by the way, from legendary tasks. It's very unlikely, but it can still happen. Yeah, we just got winter imp. That's only available in December and January. However, there are a few ways to get it, like Soul Forge and random legendary tasks. Not that many, but it is theoretically possible to get out of season, though very rare. Anyways, where were we? So we did that. Let's go clear out dailies real quick just so we have them out of the way. Nothing really too interesting on them today. However, let's clear them out so we can go on the gnome grinds. And then we'll do the gnome grind for a little bit and then open what should end up being 30 keys or a little bit higher than 30 keys. That is the gameplay. Hopefully we'll get some good loot tonight. Last time we opened up a lot of vault keys from the vault event, we did not really get anything too good. Hopefully we'll be able to make up for it this time. But yeah, last vault event, I don't think we got like a single major orb, or if it was like something useless. Or maybe it was a few of them that were all like greens or oranges. But I don't recall getting anything good. I think at most we might have gotten like one major orange or something. Which still isn't bad, but obviously want to get a little luckier than that if we can. That is the goal. Anyways, I didn't even say hello to everyone yet. Hello, everyone! Hello, Scout. Hello, Ivor. Hello, Alex. Hello, Lestat. Hello, Cookie. Hello, Scared Vex. Hello, Rogue. Welcome, welcome. Hello, Isabel. Hello, Trilogy. Hello, Tyrion. Hello, let's see. Hello, Sfroom. Hello, let's see. Imperial. Hello, Insane Gamer. Hello, Bill. Hello, Genki, and hello, Vanessa. Welcome, welcome. All of you had a wonderful weekend. And many gnomes. Oh, only 500 souls. We'll get the good loots. Also, we'll hand out a redeem code at the first vault key. Hopefully there will be a first vault key. Though apparently all it wants to give us is 100 souls. Twice in a row. And after probably about half an hour of grinding, we'll start on the keys. Maybe a little bit earlier than that too. They actually took quite a while to open. I definitely underestimate how long they actually take to open. Because each one takes like 30 seconds. And that might not sound like much, but if we're about to open like 30 of them, definitely starts adding up. Because they could take like 30 seconds to a minute to open each. Since we have to do it on max difficulty. Well, we don't have to do it on max difficulty, but obviously you would want to for the 20% extra loot. It would make sense to do so. But I'm pretty sure everyone finished it by now. But don't forget, if you do want to finish the season pass, there is only like a little over 6 hours left to do so. As well as the farming of the gnomes. Alright, that pet's completely useless, so we'll ignore that one. Let's go switch to Phoenicia. It is Diamond Day after all. Don't want to miss that. Who knows, maybe we'll eventually add something else to use diamonds on. I still hold out. I still collect diamonds out of the small chance they will be used for something other than mythics and weapons. I'm still holding out for like that Doom troop that will cost like 40,000 diamonds or something. Not sure if they would ever do that. But I kind of hope they would. That's going to be hard to obtain in any other situation, though. Because that's basically the equivalence of 10 mythics. Because it takes about a year to get that many diamonds or so. Sometimes even a little bit more. There we go. But that's pretty much how long a normal Doom Troop takes anyways. Because of 8 power orbs. I keep clicking that. The amount of times I click on the blinking mail thinking that it's something else. Though the most recent time I did it actually was 12 tasks. So I guess I was correct once finally. But anyways, let's go back to Cinema Mirage. So we can go grind out here. Oh, that's not the team I want though. Oh, we already have it picked. I might as well use it real quick. For one singular battle. What's pretty funny is this is actually slower. Well, it kind of makes sense that it'd be slower, obviously. It'd be slower than the quickest team in the entire game. That would make sense. You got 24 vault keys, 12 pity, and 3 epic. Nice, congrats. Yeah, I didn't have time to farm off stream today. As much as I wanted to. But we're still leaving with over a dozen. I'm still happy with that. Used to be our goal to hit 10, and now we could hit 10 pretty easily without barely even trying. Just because of pity keys. Like just pity alone, we're on 6. So maybe I will go do the pet just to see how far we are from the final pity. Because I'm pretty sure we can hit that 7th pity key. And then go open everything. Actually, I'm going to go check right now. I need to go clear out the pet though to do so. Let's clear out the pet so we know how many more we need. Unless we just got it right now. We did not. Because if we're in striking distance, we might as well go for it. If it's higher than about like 15, we might not be able to. In a timely manner. If it's like a dozen or less, we could easily hit that this stream. Even if it was 20 or less, we theoretically could. Stream would just have to go for a while. Because I do want to try hitting that next pity key. Well, we can't see until we move this pet out the way. We gotta move this pet out the way, then do a single battle, and then it'll show us how much we need. They still haven't changed it, so you can see it naturally. It's kind of weird. Oh, we gotta get rid of the pet to be able to see it. If nothing else, it's more pet food. I think we're kind of good on pet food these days. So, hello, analyst! Welcome! Still finding about 35 gnomes, not too bad though. And getting 4 vault keys from them, still nice. But yeah, those pity keys are really good. Even if you don't have a lot of time to grind, you still get some loot. It's probably one of the best features they've ever added. In a very long time. Actually, that was probably the best new feature of last year. Because that was one of the only few bigger patches we had, was when they did the Valky buff. And they really went all out. They didn't nerf anything. It was just all straight buffs. Not a single thing was nerfed. They increased how much you can get from each key. They made it even easier to get keys, and they gave guarantee keys. So there's a bunch of buffs to it. Which is rather surprising given how already amazing the event is. Curious to see what they do with Gnome's next patch. It better not be a nerf to them. But it is a Gnome-related patch, next patch. Which is kind of funny because about 1 year prior was when they did the other update. So 1 year later they're addressing Gnomes again, pretty much. That was around when they did the other update. I think it was like midsummer. By the time we get 5.6, it's probably going to be late June, early July. Which is pretty much midsummer. Do you know what kingdom is showing the new artwork when you first open the game? I do not recall which image that was. However, it is probably somewhere on this screen. I think I somewhat know which one you're referring to. There's the bat. This one, right? I'm pretty sure you're referring to this one. It's an Urskea troop that's coming on May 31st. I'm pretty sure this is the one you're referring to, right? Because I know this is the one that shows up on one of the ones that show up on the loading screen. Not sure if it's the only one. But yeah, May 31st. It has some kind of lycanthropy effect. Actually, almost everything next season has some kind of lycanthropy effect. Not literally all of them, but quite a few of them. Yep, 2 weeks from now. Oh, pink tones and all that? It could be an upcoming faction. If we go to Kingdom. This one? I'm pretty sure it's that one then. I'm not sure what other one it can be. Because that's the only one coming up in recent time. I don't recall seeing this in the thumbnail thingy. But yeah, they did some really good backgrounds. Pretty sure that's the one you're referring to. Because I highly doubt it's that one. Yeah, it's a Pride Lands faction thingy. We're getting on June 11th. Actually, that's the exact day I leave too, which is really annoying. May not be able to cover that faction. Or at least not till I get back. Oh yeah, as soon as a update hits, Terran's World gets updated like normally months ahead. Because they can data mine it all from the files. It's also good at guesstimation as to when they're probably going to do another patch. Because as far as the data mine can see is generally around the time when the patch is going to happen. So we kind of know there's going to be a patch in probably late June. Because I believe that's as far as we can see in most of the things. But anyways, oh, we did that. That's all cleared. Oh yeah, I wanted to do one battle so we could see the... There's a reason I did that. Let me go do one singular battle. And after doing one singular battle, we can see how many gnomes we need until we get our pity key. And I think our goal at this point is to go farm for that pity key. And then go open all of our vault keys. I think that's the game plan for the rest of the stream. Let's see how many we need. Oh, we need 21. Well, let the grind begin. But yeah, I need to find 21 gnomes. Let it begin. And in 21 gnomes, we'll get that pity key. And then we'll go open all of our keys. That sounds like a game plan. We will not stop grinding until we get 21 more gnomes. I'll hand out the redeem code on the first vault key. Pity or otherwise. Whichever one happens first. And then after we get that pity key, we'll open every vault key we have. Which will be 30 or higher by that point. Depending on how lucky we get from those 21 gnomes. That was one of them. 20 to go. Oh, 50 epics. Or, yeah, whatever they're called. Yeah, epics. That's actually his biggest drop, by the way. Theoretically. It's his rarest drop, anyways. Mostly because epics were given at such a lower rate throughout the game, and then they added a bunch more ways to get them. However, his 50 is still the best drop in that regard. Though we technically don't need any ingots, so they're all just equally as bad. However, that is technically his best drop. Even though they're all just as useless as Jewel Gnome these days. And we got 2 diamonds. He was dropping us a lot of 5s earlier. 5 is his rare one, of course. But they do add up. 2 and 5s. Jewel Gnome's supposed to have diamond drops too, but it's kind of weird because a normal gnome actually effectively gives you more diamonds than a Jewel Gnome. Even though you would expect a Jewel Gnome to do more. And the main reason for this is even though the Jewel Gnome drops more diamonds, the percent chance of it occurring is way, way lower. So you effectively get more diamonds from the normal gnome than you do from the Jewel Gnome, which doesn't make any sense at all. I'm actually surprised they haven't tweaked that yet. Since a normal gnome is basically the Jewel Gnome. Or at least better than it for getting diamonds. Which is the main resource you're really looking for on it anyways. That and vault keys, obviously. As all the gnomes are. Fortunately, it doesn't die. We occasionally do have to take a battle like this, though, so it doesn't matter too much. Single Yasmin. Oh, you're sick much of this week. Oh no. I've definitely been feeling a bit off today. Not sure if it's really sick or what, but I don't know, I just have been feeling really sore for no apparent reason. Also, my arm's gonna feel awful for a couple days after the shot this Wednesday. Then I won't feel as bad going flying then. Once I'll be vaccinated. Like, that's the main thing that's been keeping me from really traveling. Is just not having the vaccine. Well, with it I wouldn't mind as much, so I'm still going to be wearing masks. That's right, I'm pretty sure it's still mandatory to wear masks at airports anyways. Even if it wasn't, I probably still would. Oh, 5,000 souls, nice. It's gonna feel weird flying again after not doing so for about a year and a half. But then again, that's about how often I normally fly anyways. Like, I normally only fly like once or twice per year. And I already have my 2 planned out for this year. Unless I'm doing something later this year, which I'm not sure yet. Yeah, I feel like I'll still be wearing masks for a while, even with the vaccine. I've kind of just gotten used to wearing them at this point. Plus, there's so many other things that it helps with, too. Like when people sneeze and stuff like that. It's not like the coronavirus is the only thing out there. Like, you can still get sick by other means. And a mask helps against a lot of them. Or at least mitigation, anyways. Especially during flu season and such. And I got really sick the last time I flew as well. I probably wouldn't have if I was wearing a mask. But that was like a year and a half ago, you know, before the virus and everything. I think we only need about 16 more gnomes. How goes the gnome grind? Well, pretty average right now. So we haven't gotten to do too much yet this stream. The goal right now is to get to our next pity key, and then we're opening every vault key we have down to 250. Which at this rate should be exactly 30 keys, unless we get some between now and then. I'm pretty sure that's exactly right, because we're about to get 7 more plus whatever this number is. 14 to go. Wait, we already got that many? Gosh. Let's see. We have to add 7 to that number. So yeah, we have exactly 30 keys to open. Assuming we get absolutely no keys from these next 14 gnomes, we will have exactly 30 keys to open. Blue orb should be 15% chance. Unless they've tweaked it recently. But last I recall, it's 15% chance you get a blue orb from a orb. Or another random orb thingy. Which is like, what, 1 in 8? Somewhere around there? Or like 1 in 7? It's actually closer to 1 in 7. And of course that elusive 1% power orb. I believe the major orb takes that 1% away from greens. Luckily, I don't believe it takes it away from blue. Pretty sure it was one of the weaker ones it took it away from. I sure hope it does. That'd be kind of annoying if it did. But I'm pretty sure it takes away from like green or orange or something. You're getting like double the amount of blue compared to orange. That is extremely lucky if that is the case. Exceedingly lucky. Yeah, I still hope we get a power this weekend. Or I should say tonight. Because out of 30 keys, we're probably going to get about 4 to 5 major orbs. And hopefully one of them will be either a blue or a power. Hey! Okay, we got some more Vault keys. Oh, I did say I would hand out a code on first Vault key. That is a Vault key, isn't it? There we go. There we go, hand out the code. And then we'll keep grinding until we have our 7th pity key. And then we'll open up every key we have, which is currently 31. Or technically 30, but it's about to be 31 once we get the pity. Let me go and get you guys the code. Where's the code section? Put that over there. Put that over there. Refresh the whole thing. And that's it. Okay, there you go. There's a redeem code used on gemsawar.com. If the game code section, your invite code can be found in your settings menu. Whatever your game says right over here is what you put in. That's not it. Whatever your game says right over there is what you put in for your invite code. Not sure why I clicked on graphics. It's literally the only screen that's on is on the general. But right over there is your invite code. Redeem code's right over there in chat. Just kind of paste the random numbers and letters starting with N, M. And give same word as always. 2 treasure maps, 1 gem key, 200 souls, and 2,500 gold. Enjoy, everyone, and definitely feel free to leave a like on the stream. Helps out a lot and is greatly appreciated. Oh yeah, let's keep grinding for the pity. How many more do we need? We need to find 12 more gnomes. Dozen more to go. Let's go kill a dozen more gnomes, and then we'll go open every vault key we have down to 250. I do advise saving most of your vault keys, though, especially if you're a free-to-play player, to save it for the Emperor if you don't currently have Emperor. If you went free-to-play during the season or just didn't finish out the season. You can get Emperor in a month from now from vault keys. However, it is currently not in the drop table. So you'd probably want to save around 50 or so vault keys for it. Or every vault key you have if you don't have that many yet. But, yeah, good idea to save some amount. I currently save 250 in case of the other stuff happens. That's a good idea to have about 30 to 50 for it, if not more. Because even with 50, there's a chance you don't get Emperor in a month. But it should probably give it to you if you have that many vault keys. Though, of course, RNG could say otherwise. There's a lot of things in that drop table these days, and they keep just adding more. Any point in getting the sun? I'm not sure. That is kind of weird. I thought you would need like the sun, the emperor, and something else to craft something. However, to my understanding, the sun isn't used for anything in Soulforge. The heart is. It's used for Enraged Carandera. The emperor is. It's used for the Leonis Tower. However, yeah, the sun isn't used for anything. I'm not sure why. Maybe they forgot to do something. I was thinking it would require the Emperor and like something else, but no, the sun just currently is not used for anything. It is in a drop table though, so if you currently have 0 suns, it is technically in a drop table. However, in 1 month from now, you can get the sun and the Emperor. So might as well wait till then. Yeah, so it'll be the first time we actually ever open Vault Keys where we could theoretically get the sun. It wouldn't really be useful if we did, but we can. It's about as useless as getting a Cedric at this point, since obviously we already have it. I believe we already have it maxed as well, so really no point in actually getting it. But it is definitely possible that we could. Yes, it is potential that it will be used for something else. Because we might get the moon because of lycanthropy, and then we have sun and moon. Which could be a thing. That is very true. Because we're probably getting the moon for the lycanthropy event. And then have some kind of sun and moon craftable thing. There's currently a sun and moon weapon, but you can get it through... actually, is it a free weapon? I can't remember. I think it might be a 5-hour weapon these days. I think you can get it in Soulforge, though. It's pretty irrelevant in the current state of the game. It just does foil-y. It gives you +1 magic to all allies. It used to be pretty good. The current state of the game is pretty dated. Because we already have a weapon called Sun and Moon. So we might get a troop called Sun and Moon. But yeah, the sun will definitely have a purpose in the future. It just currently does not have one. Whoa! The first good Joel Gnome I've ever seen. I need to screenshot that. There we go. A Joel Gnome actually dropped an epic Valky. The only thing in its drop table that isn't useless. Though technically normal Valky is also fine. Oh, 2 epic Valkys. We're not opening no epic Valkys though. I'm hoarding them in case they ever add something exclusive to epic Valkys. Currently, there's nothing in the epic Valky drop table that isn't in the Valky drop table. However, that isn't to say that they'll eventually make something exclusive to it, and for that reason, I hoard them. The chance of that happening is very unlikely, given how rare they are. But it's not impossible, so for that reason, I still hoard them. Just in case. But no, everything in Valky drop table is also an epic Valky, so... currently, technically, isn't needed to hoard them. But you never know. Wow, what's with all the Valkys all of a sudden? I'll take it. The final stretch is just showering us with keys. Actually, it might actually hit 20. We're on track for it. Gosh, at this rate. We're going to get a Vault Key every gnome. Yeah, we're at, what? 17. And 18 will bring us from Pity. Yeah, gnomes like to hide sometimes. You can go like 10, 20 minutes without getting them and then just find a big cluster. And then hopefully that cluster just randomly gives you all the keys. They seem to cluster quite a bit. Not sure if it's because we're just always paying attention to them or what, but I like to cluster. Like where you get like a few back-to-back and then they kind of go away for a while. And then they cluster again. Catch you later, Rogue. Thanks for stopping by. I should need about 10 more gnome kills, and after that we'll go and start opening all these keys. We should have about 32 or 33 vault keys to open. And hopefully we'll get something good. That's the whole point of these vault events. Although even if we leave with almost nothing, all the loot we get along the way is still pretty solid. We got a lot of gem keys, event keys, gems, diamonds already. As well as glory souls, all that good stuff. But of course you also hope the vault keys will be good, because that's where a good bulkier loot can also come from if they're not horrible luck. They were hiding for about 4 hours from you yesterday. We did pretty bad the other night. Compared to tonight, gosh. Actually, wasn't Friday night stream like this as well? Didn't we get 2 vault keys and an epic vault key in a single hour last Friday night? 2 days ago? We did the same thing tonight. We're at 2 vault keys and 1 epic vault key. Not counting any pities. Which is the exact same loot that we did on Friday, if I'm not mistaken. On the Friday night stream. Come on, gnomes. We haven't gotten a single one since the epic vault key to vault key. Also, that's technically 3 consecutive vault keys if we get another one in a row. Not perfect back-to-back battles as far as gnomes. These are most recent 2 gnomes were epic vault key and vault key. We haven't gotten a gnome since. We know you're out there. Somewhere's in that drop table. There he is. Come on, 3 vault keys in a row, go. Oh, it's only a gem key. It's still a key. We're just downgrading our keys. First we got a epic vault key, then we got a vault key, then we got a gem key. It's just slowly downgrading our keys as we go. Not a single vault key for you today? Ouch. Yeah, it can get unlucky sometimes. It's possible to go a couple hours without it, not counting pity. Pity should always give you at least some, though. Unless you're just not finding any gnomes at all. But even if you're getting unlucky on gnomes, you're still finding some amount of gnomes progressing towards it. What's up, loud, Jason? Welcome. That phylactery team works in the same locations that this one does. You can use it in Blackhawk, you can use it in Cinemirage, and you can use it in Wild Plains. However, you can't do it in Wild Plains this week because Wild Plains has extra bonus. But it works in normally Wild Plains, Blackhawk, and Cinemirage. We're currently doing Cinemirage. But those 3 locations, I believe, are the only 3. Though Wild Plains doesn't work this week because they have 10% bonus on a lot of the troops. Yeah, we got to have 2 epic vault keys this time. I think we're almost up to double-digit epic vault keys now. I think we have like 7 or 8 spares, and we used 1 for the achievement, of course. And they're trying to sell it to us for like 50 bucks. We got that this weekend. We got all this weekend. 5 vault keys, we hit 9. Technically 16 if you count pity, because we're about to get another one. That we can't get, but that's pretty irrelevant. and the 2 epic vault keys we got. So we got all this weekend for free. Not kind of the pet bait, which is literally impossible to get. However, just triggering a gnome is basically pet bait, essentially. So, technically we have. Wait, how many do we have? This is what I wanted to check. Let's see. I have 7 epic vault keys, which means we've found 8 in the history of epic vault keys existing. Which means in one single year, we've only found 8 epic vault keys. It's basically one, that's less than 1 epic vault key per month, is the rate at which we found epic vault keys. Because I found 8 ever, and the mechanic in about 2 or 3 months from now would have existed for a year. We've only found 8 total, one of which we used for the achievement, of course. Two of which we found this weekend. They did do a little mini patch that made them a little bit easier to get as of several months ago, though. Not specifically the one from 1 year ago, but like, I think it was back in November or October. They did like a tweak to it that made it easier to get epic vault keys from Gnome events. Not like super easier, but easier than it was prior. We've only had like 3 or 4 vault events that have had that buff. This one being one of them. And of course that's a permanent buff. The modification they made to it. Okay, sure only need a handful more gnomes. Let's go check the number exactly. I think it's like 5 or 6 at this point. 7. 7 more gnomes. Then we'll start opening all of our keys, or a lot of the keys. What are the upcoming weapons troops worth crafting? We won't know until Monday. It's not possible to see what they are ahead of time. Also, the mythic just got reset, so any mythic in the entire game can pretty much be available next week, with the exception of Deo, because I don't think he's in this cycle yet, since he just released. 6 more gnomes? Yeah, pretty much any mythic in the game can be available next week, because it's the reset of the mythic cycle. But we don't know the mythics, the weapons, or anything like that until the... Actually, we already know what the weapons are, but we don't know what the mythics or anything like that will be until the day of. Because we know it's going to be Dragon's Claw weapons, as far as weapons. Dragon's Claw, I don't believe, had anything relevant. We're also getting a new weapon this Friday, though I believe it's a Wild Plains weapon, based on the fact it's a Wild Plain buffing option. Would make sense that it's a Wild Plains weapon. That'd be very weird if it wasn't. Let's see, I'll throw that there. Come on, 6 gnomes, hopefully 1 with a key. There's 1 of them, 5 to go. Come on, epic Volky or Volky or anything. That's in anything. 100 souls. One of his worst drops. Technically not his worst, though. 2 minor trade stones is theoretically worse than 100 souls. Because at least 100 souls is technically usable, whereas 2 minor trait stones, or even 3 celestial this late in the game, technically does nothing. Should you craft Ketris tonight? Ketris is definitely a really good troop. I do feel like I've been using him less and less lately, though. One of the things I tend to use him for is Tower of Doom. However, Tower of Doom happens very scarcely these days. But no, he's still a really good option. But I definitely feel like I've been using him less and less over time. Yeah, the Rowan team for low-level Explorer is perfectly fine. It's the quickest team that you can use if you don't have double Ironhawk. As far as Explore 12, the team you mentioned is the gold farming team, so that's perfectly fine to be using. It's one of the variants that has the quickest gold farming rate in the game for Explore. Or just in general. What are those 10 blue skulls? They're called Uber Doom skulls. They were added in the most recent patch. If you take them, they will do 10 damage and explode a 5x5 minus the corners. So basically a 5x5 shape without the corners. Oh, we had to kill 150 objective today. I didn't even realize that. Well, it's done now. What a good day to have it on. We got it done without even trying. I did not realize that was our objective. I was wondering why we didn't get the 20 gem thingy yet. Oh, 4 gem keys, nice. It's not a Vault key, but hey, if a Vault key is super unlucky, that's technically better. But, yeah, the Uber Doom skulls were added in the most recent patch. We'll probably be getting some troops at some point that will be able to create them. Though, as far as troops creating new special gems, a lot of things next season will be doing lycanthropy gems. Like, almost half the troops that come in next season will have a lycanthropy gem effect. We currently don't know what lycanthropy will do, but most likely it's a purple gem effect that replaces purple gems when they fall from sky at about 1 in 30. And any of them, when they are matched with purples, will likely apply lycanthropy to a random enemy. Hasn't been confirmed, but we'll find out at the beginning of next season, which is in 8 days from now. Because next week we have Tower of Doom, and then after that we have Season 5, which will bring in the lycanthropy effect, or the lycanthropy gem, I should say. Technically, the lycanthropy effect already exists. Oh, so that one achievement will finally be possible. There's actually an achievement that's not doable because you need to take lycanthropy gems, which currently do not exist. They will exist in 8 days from now. Very soon. I think we need 4 more gnomes. Then we'll start on the opening many vault keys. And hopefully we'll get all the powers. One can hope. Could you imagine if we got a power? We would have gotten 3 power orbs off of random 1% in half a year. If we could actually get one today. Because this is probably the last chance we'll really have of realistically getting a power orb in the first half of the year. But then again, we might have another vault event before then. At the end of next month. Though it might be early July. That doesn't really matter when exactly we do it. But, yeah, I might be able to get 3 in half a year. Off of just 1%. Technically, we got more within that time if you count all the blue orbs that convert upwards. Come on, last 4 gnomes. Where are you hiding? We did a mythic tier list 5 months ago, right at the end of the year. Which reminds me, I kind of want to do a hero class tier list before I go. Maybe even schedule it to come out when I'm out away. Or just put it up before I go away. This is one of our last few videos before we go. Or even our literally our last video before we go. It's because it'll get more views that way. If there's a nice video up as our final video when we go away. Strategically. Because I think the only video I'll be able to cover while I'm away will be, of course, the Monday events. Which we'll cover very quickly that Monday. Also, I'm not sure I'll be able to cover the faction video. Oh, 3 more gnomes. 1,000 glory. Something better. 500 is still good. You wish they would remove the token of guard from level 12 Explorer. It would be cool if you would stop getting the really low rarity ones. What's kind of funny is Explorer 12 is actually the best location to farm guards. It's literally the best location to farm every single type just because of how many shards it gets and the fact that it normally does 2 or 3, or always does 2 or 3 drops. It might seem weird, but every single one of the 5 tokens can be farmed the best at highest difficulty. Or 6 tokens, I mean. Even the guard, which is the lowest rarity one. Even though its percent is lower, the fact that you're just getting so many shards combined with so many drops, even though the percent of getting the guard is lower than quite a few other difficulties, the sheer amount of tokens that you get makes it so it's effectively actually higher on Explore 12 than at lower ones. Even though the percent of getting it is lower, the chance of just getting tokens in general is higher. So you're actually getting more guards from 12 than the ones where you actually get higher percent rate of guards. Just because you're getting more tokens in general. Which is kind of weird, but it is the way it is. What are the plans for the trip? I'm just going to Chicago. Just meeting up with some friends. Also, E3 is going to be during that time, so we're going to be kind of having an E3 watch party as well. And doing a few other things. Probably mostly gaming related. Highly doubt we're going out much, given that we will all be vaccinated, but for sure won't really be going out much. Let's see. Throw that down. Yeah, Arena still feel like it needs a buff. Though Treasure Hunt needs it quite a bit more than Arena. But they both do need it still. But I'm losing track of how many more gnomes I need. That might be the last one, actually. Nope, one more. Okay, final gnome. Let's go get one more gnome, and then let's go open these keys. I think we have like 31, 32 to go open. That is the game plan. See what we get. Yeah, I feel like a lot of people are going to travel this summer. Given that most people haven't for last year. And I made sure to get my flight tickets early so they wouldn't go up in price yet. Oh, we just got a gnome. There's a mech gnome, which is why I barely noticed it, but it is a gnome. There we go, 7 pity keys. Let's go claim them all. There we go, 7 vault keys. Okay, it's time. Let's go start up the grind. The other grind. So, we have 282 vault keys. We shall use 32 of them. Also, if we get a power orb, we'll hand out a code. If and only if. We'll hand out another code. Alright, let's start opening them. I think we'll use Rogue Spider. Rogue Spider is a lot of fun. Might not be the quickest way to do this, but it is definitely pretty consistent. We're just going to run Rogue Spider over it all. I should probably change to Pure Magic. Make this a little bit better. The only problem with this is he has stealthy, which makes it kind of awkward to try to target him. Because we can't. Kind of hard to target something you can't target. Alright, 1 down, 31 to go. Let's see what we get. Oh, I got a treasure map. Normal orb. What's in it? We got a green. Boo. It's just magic, since we have 50% mana start anyways. Not what I wanted. Alright, 31 more keys. Let's keep going. Yes, it was added on Tuesday. It wasn't added on Monday, which also threw me off. It was added when the new update hit, which is why it wasn't in the Monday video. Yeah, I didn't even realize it till Wednesday. Threw me off a little. I just passed my turn into his die. There we go. Good job, Bleed. Oh, useless gnome. 30 to go. So far, we have gotten literally nothing from our Volkies. I know, he cleansed. You weren't supposed to cleanse. You're supposed to die to bleed. Any reason to craft more than one tower? Because you can, if you have the resources. Oh gosh, another bad one. We got 75,000 gold and 12 gems. Oddly enough, the 12 gems is pretty much better. But I crafted 4 towers, or 3. I think 4 actually, just for the sake of it. However, realistically, you only need like 1 or 2. But if you have the resources for it, it's pretty cheap. It's just 250 legendary ingots and 50,000 souls. So it's not that expensive to craft. Also, you can craft more at any point. Based on what they said on the forum, it should be Stain and Soulforge. So you can craft more at any point if you really needed to. Because it doesn't consume your, it doesn't consume the Emperor. You just need to own a copy of Emperor. Gosh, we're getting such bad drops. But you don't need to have multiple Emperors to craft multiple. One single Emperor can craft infinite of them, assuming you had the other resources. That's for wondering why I'm passing my turns, just because of the bleed. Oh, nice! Okay, we got the smaller gem drop. Still good, though. Smaller gems is still 120. Well, it's 100 plus 20%, which is 120. And we also got 4 event keys, which is normally a 3 event key drop, but a 20% moves it to 40. I mean, to 4, I mean. So far, nothing too enticing, though. 100 gems, or 120 gems is nice. But not as good as a few of the other ones. Okay, 6 gem keys with a blue... green. Boo. Okay, we're like 6 keys in and we've gotten nothing. Well, 120 gems. With the rest being pretty much nothing. Yeah, there's actually a 250 gem drop that goes to 300. That's the bigger one. That's the one we want to see. But 120 is not horrible. But compared to some of the other drops, it's not exactly what we're looking for. That's not bad when we get it. Oh no, the resummon. Gonna make me have to go poke him just to go do that. There we go. Okay, another random orb. Another green? Gosh. Where are all the good orbs at? Didn't even get a single major, not even like a bad major, just none. And has given us nothing but green orbs. Very unlucky so far. Oh, it's not my turn. Let me do turns. Oh, you're not dead. Oh wait, why didn't I just kill with you? There we go. I keep forgetting he's even there sometimes. Okay, our first major orb. That's what we want to see. Make it up for us. Be a power. Go. Okay, we're hitting good. We got a major blue. All is fine. The first major is a blue. That made up for pretty much everything that's been bad so far. We got 1 major blue. That's 1/3 of power, technically. Though it's not a power. But that's probably the closest we're gonna get. Let's see, we'll take that, grab that, grab that. Everything just got shifted. Where'd everything move to? Okay, another major. Are you going to be the power? Ooh, purple. We're hitting good on these majors. Major blue to major purple. Now let's get a major power. Let's see. Throw that down. Still got about 20-something more keys to go. Also, by the way, Mother of Darkness is still available for like 6 more hours. if you happen to have the diamonds. She used to be useless and now is like one of the best troops in the game. At least for this particular team. As long as Rogue Spider never gets nerfed, this team will probably be meta for quite some time. Definitely worth considering. It's the first time she's been in Soul Forge since she's been meta. Because prior to then, she's been pretty useless. But ever since Rogue Spider came in last December, she's been really insanely good. Also, what's with these major orbs? Gosh, please be a power, or just keep doing blues and purples. That is not a blue or purple or a power. It's going back to greens. Also, we haven't gotten a single orange yet, which isn't a bad thing. That is perfectly fine to see 0 orange. This is kind of weird. That's the only one we haven't gotten. With that in power. Yeah, the chance of getting orbs from the Cedric is pretty high. They ended up buffing it like a year and a half ago or so. Like before the other 2 buffs. Before they buffed it even more. They did a buff that kind of made him have a higher orb chance. I forget exactly when that was, but that was like a year and a half, 2 years ago. Before they did either of the other 2 buffs. Gosh, 4 major orbs in a row. That's funny. We literally just got one of everything, except power. You know what that means? Next one's a power. We got a blue major, a purple major, an orange major, and a green major. Now we just need a power, and we'll have one of everything. All in a row, too. We just consecutively got one of every major orb in the game. I forgot, I need to move you to hit the other guy, don't I? Because I can't target him because it's stealthy. Come on, major orb. Oh, you ruined the cycle! We got 62 diamonds, though. Don't really need diamonds, though. Yeah, Cedric has a 50 diamond drop that becomes 60 because of 20%. Oh no, I killed him. I did not mean to kill him. That was not our intention. Well, we were going to kill him, but we weren't meant to kill him yet. There we go. I could have also just passed my turn. Oh, another major. Not consecutive, but you know this one's a power now. Come on. Oh, you're going to ruin the one of each cycle. We got a green that ruined it. Very unfortunate. Had to ruin it. Oh, so we just got 5 majors within 6 gnomes. Or 6 Cedrics, I should say. Let's see, kill him with that. Could have also skipped turns. I'm actually not sure which was even quicker at this point. But there we go. Oh, really? Oh no, he dropped that. I was gonna say, you dropped 3 Celestials? I'm not even sure if he has a Celestial drop. The gnomes do, of course. Also, I'm kind of surprised. This 3 Celestial doesn't move to 4. Not like it would really matter if it did. But it seems to say 3. Which is kind of weird, because the 3 event keys moves to 4, but the 3 Celestials do not move to 4. Not sure why that is. But not really too big a deal that the Celestials don't move. Oops, that's unfortunate. No, I can't target him. Yeah, I can target him. Please let me hit him, thank you. Oh, normal orb. Can still be a blue, though. That is not a blue. Alright, 17 to go. So far, okay loot. We got, we only really got 2 really good big drops. Major blue and major purple. Side by side as well. Aside from that, just been some small useful scraps. Like a couple 100 gems. And some keys here and there. Which are still useful things, of course. I meant to pass my turn. I'm trying to lose my turn as I'm getting extra turns. Not how it works. Wait, how did he not die? Oh, he got unbled? Oh, here, have a poke. There we go. He died to poison instead of bleed. Hey, we got Cedric for killing Cedric. We did not need Cedric, though. But yeah, as you can see, it can be pretty hard to get the Heart of Rage and the Sun and the Emperor that's going to be available in a month. He's not currently available now, the Emperor. But you definitely want to make sure you have several dozen keys, because we're almost through 30 and we still haven't gotten a single one of them yet. Cedric's a lot more common than the other ones. The other legends are in the drop table. The other ones are quite a bit rarer. Yeah, we theoretically have gotten 0 Suns ever. It is in drop table now. This is the first time we've ever opened Vault Key since Sun is in drop table. I don't need more copies of it, but it is possible for us to get them. They just aren't dropping right now for whatever reason, because they're so rare. There we go. Oh, useless everything. Oh yeah, it's really annoying. One of his drops is 3,000 souls, which is technically 2,500 increased by 20%. It's basically just a soul gnome drop. Is the mid-range soul gnome drop. I'm not sure why that's still in this drop table. Similar to why I don't know why 100 souls and 500 souls are still in the normal gnome drop table. Doesn't make any sense at all. But it is the way it is. Up 5 gem keys. 4 gem keys with the extra 20%. And a purple, not bad. It's probably one of our better keys that seemed like it was going to be a bad one. Because a purple orb with 5 gem keys is basically like a 150 gem value or so. Definitely not bad at all. Actually, that's basically better value than the 120 gem drop we got. But the gems are more versatile since you can use them for anything. So sometimes even a lower amount of gems can still be better value, even if it's a lower amount of gems, just because of their versatility. Oh, normal orb, a normal useless orb. 17 to go, or sorry, 13. I mean. Which means we've gone through 20 so far. Oh, why did I not take purple? Whoops. Shouldn't matter much though. Once we get it rolling. Not gonna make much of a difference. Mother of Darkness will wipe, or I could just wait 2 turns, or not, because he's about to resummon. Very annoying. Luckily, that's the only thing on our entire team that uses purple, so we can always get it. Be good to go. And that wipes. Oh. And there we go. Oh, a major again. Please, power, power, power. Blue, power, or purple. That is neither of those 3 things. Okay, a dozen to go. The good loot is out there somewhere. So we still haven't gotten a couple of the really, really good drops. Like the big event key drop, the big gem key drop, the 500 gem drop. Or sorry, the 250, that becomes 300. Or the power. Oh, we got major blue, major purple. If we can get another one of those, that'd still be good. Particularly the blue. Because theoretically, if we got 3 major blues, that's technically like us getting a power indirectly. Just with more steps. Agile, what are you doing? You should be dead. There we go. Pets and a bunch of keys. 6 gem keys with 6 gems with an orb. A blue orb. Unfortunately, it triggered on a small one, but still one nonetheless. You just got a power orb. Nice, congrats. Very lucky. We're above drop rate on it, so can't really complain too much. I think we got 2 with under 100 majors, when they should be 1%, meaning we should have only gotten 1 within that time. So we're definitely above drop rate right now. But it's still nice to get more. Oh, that's not what I wanted to use, but okay, we'll use it, I guess. Mother of Darkness, get 1 mana already. There we go. I should take an Uber though, doesn't matter, we already have the achievement for it. Ah, useless mech gnome. 10 to go. And we have not seen the sun, we have not seen the heart. We've not seen the bigger gem drop, the bigger gem key drop, the bigger event key drop, or power. So some of the biggest drops we've not seen yet. But we have seen major blue and major purple. As well as a smaller gem drop. Okay, we got our orb. A purple, not bad. Could be better, could be worse. Still a solid okay drop. And it should be match. Oh, we got was gold. That's not what we want to see. Final stretch, 8 marquees. Also, we never got a Volkey from a Volkey yet today. It is possible to get Volkeys and epic Volkeys inside your Volkeys. Which is pretty funny if you get an epic Volkey inside your Volkey. It's exceedingly rare, though. It is possible. Volkeys have a much lower rate of dropping in a Volkey, though. But it's not a 0% chance. They do occur. Just very rarely. At least relative to outside of the event. Because by now we would have obviously, if it was outside the event, gotten a Volkey from killing this many gnomes. But they have a lower rate inside of Volkeys to drop a Volkey. Oh, okay, there's the bigger gem key drop I was talking about. Cedric has a 20 gem key drop, as well as a 15 event key drop, which are increased by 20%. And this is the one that's actually better, because I don't need event keys personally, though more event keys don't hurt. But, especially since we're going to need to throw them again next week as well. But, yeah, 24 gem keys, really great drop. Really helps out a lot with getting mythics. And we'll save that for next month's mythic. That's 24 0.1% drops. They add up. And this is the best time to get them for trying to get mythics or just anything in the game. Just to catch up. You can get a lot of keys from this. Because of course those aren't the only gem keys we've gotten. We've gotten a lot throughout the weekend, as well as some of the random drops in the Volkeys. Even though I might not always mention them when we get them in the drop. They're of course still occurring. Uh, 48 event keys? Was that from an epic Volkey or just a normal one? Because I'm pretty sure his event key drop's only like a 15 plus 20%, which I think goes to like, what, 18? But the bigger one, Alpha Epic Volkey, probably has that bigger one that you're referring to. He has a super huge gem one too. I think it's almost 1,000 gems. It's like 900 gems or something. What's 20% of 750? That should be how many gems he gives. I forget what number that is. I'm pretty sure it's 900. Really? From a normal one? I don't recall that being in a drop table, but maybe they updated it with more bigger stuff that's super rare. So I don't recall them updating that in a while. The last update they did was make his orb chance a lot higher for minor and major orbs, as well as an update around the same time, though maybe a little bit beforehand, where they gave him a 250 gem drop instead of his smaller 100 one. Or actually he has both, not instead of. You know, it's a bit rarer. What's the easiest kingdom to do Explore 12 on? Normally Golvania because there's no immune to burn. Also, most things there aren't that threatening. It doesn't have like Empower or Immunities on most things. Which makes it a lot easier, mostly because they almost all have that one Undead Immunity. It's one of the worst immunities in the game. Which makes things easier. Okay, the final few keys. Hopefully we'll still get something good. If anyone still has any questions that you want me to go over, do let me know. Anything I missed? Because once we wrap up these keys, we'll probably call it a night. Hopefully we can still pull off a good drop before then. Still got a couple left. Which warband is best? The night one. Whatever that one vampire one is. Actually, I believe I'm using it right now for this team, if I'm not mistaken. It's like the only one out of the 5 I even use. There are a couple other banners that work for this team as well, but it's my personal favorite for using with this team. But yeah, this one. The +2 purple, +1 green. I'm pretty sure this is like the only banner of the 5 I even bother using. It's the Banner of Blood. +2 purple, +1 green, -1 yellow. The Vampire Thirst banner. However, I don't think I use it for anything other than this team. However, it's really good for this team. So if you have the composition, it's one of the stronger banners. You do get a little bit less mana for everything else, but the reason for running this banner with this team is it helps you get Night Spider up the quickest, since both the colors feed into Night Spider. That's the main reason for using this banner. It also has a +2 purple, which feeds very well back into Spider, to make sure it always has full mana. Or at least a higher chance of having full mana. Which is really important, because that's the main thing that allows you to loop, of course. Is the Night Spider having full mana. It also allows you to turn one Night Spider a bit easier. Which helps get everything rolling in the first place. Hey, a blue! It's not a major blue, but it's a blue. It's basically 1/4 a major blue. But it's a blue. Still counts. Oh, no surge. That's match. Oh, useless orange. Come on, final 2 keys. Unless we get a key and a key. Something good. Oh, there goes this whole team. Yeah, that's match. Doesn't matter what we do. There we go. Oh, no, agile. Luckily, bleed kills. Fail. Ah, useless green. Final key. Come on, something good. Let's see a copy of the sun. Or a major blue, or a major purple, or a major anything. I just want to see a major. Give us a major for the final drop. Hopefully a good major. But the suspense would make it a better drop. Let's see, what do we go for? Do that for now. Get that rolling. Oh, good thing he agiled there for once. That actually allowed us to do the thing. Well, then again, we would have been able to do it regardless. Oh, we did get it! Oh, the final orb! The suspense. Place your bets now. What will be the very last orb of this stream? After our, what was that, 33 Volkeys? Oh, what a perfect final drop. Oh, I hope it's perfect. If it's a blue, purple, or power it is. Could you imagine if this was a power? What a way to end it. A power ball. 1% chance. What can hope. Worst comes to worst. We just got the biggest gold drop possible off that gnome on the left. Gnomes can drop, the normal gnomes can drop up to 50,000 gold. And we get 20% here, which gives you 60,000. So that's the biggest gold drop you can get from a normal gnome ever, is when they drop 50,000 within a Volkey, which is what happens. It basically looks like a centric drop. But anyways, Worst comes to worst, we leave with 63,000 and 6 gems. What did we get? Oh, purple, nice! Okay, we got 2 major purples and a major blue. That's not bad. Could have been better, but I can't really complain with double purple. Hey, there we go. Overall, not bad. Could have been better, but definitely wasn't bad at all. We got a major blue, I believe 2 minor blues, 2 major purples, a couple minor purples, several hundred gems, a couple dozen keys, and everything else that we got throughout the weekend. And of course, some of those keys were not from specifically this weekend. They were from like the last month or so that we just haven't opened. But there we go. That's pretty much all of our keys in the last month, technically. Also, do we need more copies of this thing? I don't think we do. No, we do not. But anyways, that's the vault event for now. I might do a little bit of grinding off stream, but for the most part, that's our final numbers. Oh, I forgot to update our numbers for the thing. But we ended on 9 vault keys, 7 pity keys, and 2 epic vault keys. Also, let's go bring up the numbers for last time. Where's the numbers from last time? So here's what we did last week. What's the difference? Oh gosh, we got way luckier on vault keys. Look at that difference. We got like double the vault keys last time. But that was last weekend's number. Or last vault event's number. We got 1771. This time we got 972. So even though we got the same amount of pity, we got a lot less vault keys this time. Though we kind of made up for it by getting a second epic vault key. And also our vault keys that were actually opened were better. So even though theoretically we opened more keys last time, we actually got better loot this time around. Because I do recall last vault event was pretty bad on loot. As far as what we got as a result of the vault keys. But this one was pretty average, or above average. Definitely more towards what you would kind of expect from a vault weekend. A little mix of everything, but no power. Pretty much how it tends to go. Because obviously the chance of getting power very unlikely. But overall, still pretty nice. But yeah, if you still want to go farm up the event, you still have 5.5 hours, as well as to finish out the campaign. Pretty much everything ends in 5.5 hours. And then next week we'll have the Yellow Tower of Doom, and then we go into Season 5 after that, in a week from then. And that's pretty much the game plan then. Anyways, guys, I hope you all have a wonderful week. I'll catch you guys soon. We'll have the event video up sometime tomorrow, hopefully early, going over everything as far as SoulForge and all the things going on next week, as well as a bunch of teams, as we always do. And we'll go from there. Anyways, guys, catch you later. Thanks for stopping by. And catch you later. Goodbye, everyone!